Quack.
Hello.
Oh wait, that's the duck, not a turkey.
Hello, and welcome to the Liquidity event. We're your hosts, AJ.
Oh
No. This is my pigeon.
That's a turkey.
Shane. This is episode 18, being recorded on November 17th, which is a few days ago. We wanted to do a special Thanksgiving episode for all of you. Hope you're having a beautiful time with your families. Get a few days off. We recorded this last week. We wanted to give our podcast producer, Matthew, shout out to you, Matthew, the week off. So, we didn't want to give it to him. He requested that we record this ahead of time, so he would have
more of a mandatory
turn around this episode in 2 days on Thanksgiving. But yeah, shout out to Matthew. Honestly, that's a business tip. We're going to spend this episode just talking about our business, talking about Brooklyn FI, asking each other some tough questions. But just shout out to Matthew for sending us an email. I think it was in late September, just saying like, hey, heads up.
Managing expectations to a T, so professional, right to the point. Love to see it. Great management of expectations, which is 80% of entrepreneurship.
Totes. Let's dive right into it.
Yeah. So for anyone listening to this, there's not going to be any headlines because this is weeks ahead of any headlines. So we're just going to talk about the history of Brooklyn FI. We're going to answer some tough questions that we've posed to one another. So if you're interested in what, the history of Brooklyn FI, AJ and my background, and where the firm is going into the future, you got to be interested in Brooklyn FI for this episode to resonate with you. So here we go.
We're going?
30 seconds of silence.
What does Brooklyn FI mean to you, Shane?
What does it mean to me?
Yeah.
It's a manifestation of all of the thrust of my entrepreneurship over the past, 5 years. Our entrepreneurship over the past 5 years. What does it mean to me? Great question. Specifically, it is an avenue for me personally, what does it mean to me? It's an avenue for me to explore the rabbit hole of equity compensation that I went down about 5 years ago, and I have not reached the bottom yet. It just seems to get deeper and deeper and deeper, the deeper down the hole we go. So once I get to the bottom, I might get interested in something else, but that hasn't happened yet. So it's an avenue for me to explore that passion and to try to overcome the challenge of simplifying advice, taking a very complex niche within the industry of financial advice, equity compensation advisement for young people, and trying to fix it for them. And we're on a mission to do that, and it's a great avenue for us to do that. And the profits from the company we pour back into the company to hire additional advisors, get more resources, develop software, and try to fix the problem. That's what it is to me. What is it to you, AJ?
Yeah, I think I have a similar answer. To me, it is the most important thing going on in my life is like this business is our lives, right? We pour everything that we have into this business, and that's related to what we get out of it, which is like extreme satisfaction and confidence that we're filling a void in that young people need financial advice, and they don't want to get it from someone who's 4 decades older than them that doesn't really understand what's going through their head. They want to get it from someone who understands that their family might not be traditional, or they might not want to have kids, or they might not go to church every Sunday, and that they've got complex problems. They're smart. They understand like 80% of the problem. They just need someone to like help them across the finish line, help them file their tax return, help them understand the basis of their equity compensation. And I think that's really what Brooklyn FI is like listening to clients, understanding them, meeting them where they are, and then just helping them like improve their lives. And often you do that through managing, a $1 million exit from a company that's going public.
I just had such a fun analogy pop into my head for Brooklyn, what Brooklyn FI serves as.
Oh no.
You ready? We are the Zapier.
Hold on.
Yeah, take a deep drink. Take a big drink. No, this is fine. I promise this one's fine. I think you're like this.
I'm ready.
We are the Zapier. We are the no-code solution for integrating all of the financial issues in your life. because just like most financial software, nothing talks to each other very well, whether it's your life insurance, your investments, your equity compensation, your insurance, your taxes, um, your student loan planning, your college funding planning. There is no silver bullet for all of those problems. So we try to integrate them all in a comprehensive plan for you. So we are the Zapier. For those of you that don't know what Zapier
I
is,
was
it
going to
makes
say,
other,
let's start with what
yeah.
Zapier is.
Well, entrepreneurs will know what Zapier is, because if you've got one tech tool, say a MailChimp, and you got another tech tool like a Calendly, and they don't really talk to each other very well from a native API integration, Zapier goes to each of those, figures out the APIs, and builds the plumbing between them. And it works with like 3,000 different software apps. And if you can figure out how to make Zapier work, you can grow a business very quickly. So that's just a fun analogy that I just came up with. So how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
That's code for she loves it. She won't admit it.
Yeah, I feel like it diminishes our value.
What?
Like
Zapier,
Zapier is
could we
awesome.
run Brooklyn FI without Zapier?
I think we could. Yeah.
Okay. Let's turn it off then, see what happens.
What is the most important? Yeah. No, I like it. I'm
You're the master Zappinator at the firm. I thought that would resonate with you.
It's true. I do know a lot about Zapier, but I would like to. I've passed on my crown to the next generation of Zappinators.
We have some other great Zappinators. Shout out to Alexa. Shout out to the developer that will hopefully eradicate Zapier's necessity at the firm, Matt. Cool. So that's what Brooklyn FI means to you. Do you want to talk about the history of Brooklyn FI? Do you want to do a 2-minute elevator pitch on how we got here?
Sure. Yeah. And if you're curious for like the longer version, you can go back to episode 1 and kind of listen to like our origin story. But the 2-minute pitch here is you had 2 people on different paths to try to change the way that financial advice was delivered. Shane had a pretty big head start on me. He had been a CPA, worked
not a career changer.
Yeah. Not a career changer. Public accounting space for, what was it, 7 years before we met. So lots of experience, worked in Austin, like doing, in the equity comp trenches, working with companies going public, doing all the reporting. That's where you're like first came across equity comp. Here's me over here working at a tech company, actually getting incentive stock options, wondering what the hell this is. And then I was a music journalist, so pretty big career change for me. We were on these 2 kind of completely disparate parallel paths, kind of ran in similar circles in Brooklyn. So like, I'm sure we were at the same like 285 Kent show at some point in the past.
That's funny. Yeah, that definitely happened. Something.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about like random shit like that. Like we're probably, oh, you remember that bar? Like, oh, I was there that night when... I don't know. Some dumb shit happened.
I forget.
Basically, 2 degenerates interested in changing the financial advice space on separate paths meet in the middle in the summer of 2017 through our very good friend Ginny Lee. Shout out Ginny Lee, who was working with me at Bandcamp at the time. I had started a financial advice podcast. Shane was giving advice to his friends and a growing circle of clients on the tax side, got his certified financial planner designation. He was already further along in being like, I want to deliver this advice to people who really need it. Like, I don't want to work at this huge firm where I'm only dealing with millionaires and billionaires and public companies. I need to get advice to people who are asking for it and who really are getting swindled. You had some story about like some guy, some like 25-year-old kid getting sold a whole life insurance policy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Yeah, you hate to see it. So we meet in summer of 2017. Shane's on my podcast. We're talking about freelancer taxes, and we just hit it off. I mean, you can see from this podcast, like we're just like riffing. Like we want the same things. We're trying to help the same people. Both really hard workers. That summer, just started building Brooklyn FI basically in bars. I'd come over to your house. You'd like show me the tax software. I'd be like, what is going on there?
Remember that Tinder date you found in my inventory of clients?
That is true.
I don't think we've told that story yet. That's a spicy one.
What's the story?
Is this podcast friendly?
That's fine.
Well, okay, I'll tell it then. AJ was over at my house. She has a loving boyfriend who she's now married to, but she was going through, I was teaching her how to be a tax accountant back in 2017, career changing from publishing, and she was going through the list of clients that I had there, and I was scrolling through a few hundred clients, and she said, wait, wait, that's not who is this person? How old is that guy? I don't want to say his name. And I said, oh yeah, he's like, I don't know, he's like 28, lives in the neighborhood. She's like, oh my God, I went on multiple dates with that guy like last year and it did not work out. What's the story? He just didn't ring your
No, it just
bell?
yeah, it wasn't a good fit. There was a bit of
Wasn't a
lying.
good fit.
It
This
wasn't
wasn't
a
a
good fit.
Was he applying for a job? Wasn't a good fit.
Oh, he was great. I don't want to drag this individual, but no, it just wasn't. It wasn't a good fit.
Lovely individual. Enjoyed all my encounters with him. I think you did too. Just yeah, right. Wasn't a good fit.
Wasn't a good
Yeah.
fit.
Wow, way to corporatize the didn't like him.
I mean, speaking of corporatizing,
Uh-huh.
like the Brooklyn FI was just always about like what we want. Neither of us had worked at an investment advisor before,
Thank God.
so yeah. I mean, thank God. Like I think that is the reason for our success. Like
It would have rattled our cages.
we didn't bring any bad habits or bad advice or slow processes or roadblocks or obsessions with doing every single thing by the books. Like I think what prevents a lot of our friends who are really successful and great financial advisors from like really going for it is this fear of doing the wrong thing. Like fear of writing a blog post that a regulator is going to flag and make you take it down. And like, of course, we're compliant. Of course, we take everything very seriously. Our clients always come first. We're fiduciaries. But at the end of the day, like, we take some risks. Like, we when a problem comes to us, we look at it, we try to solve it, and sometimes we make mistakes, right? Sometimes we try services out that we haven't done before, and we'll let the clients know. We'll say, look, we've never done this type of tax return before. You're going to be our first one. We're going to give it a go and see what happens.
Transparency is our first core value.
Yeah. Yep.
So we try to express that as much as possible. Yeah. I mean, try to shake things up and build a new type of firm because not everyone is the same. Not everyone wants to work with Bill, 65-year-old Bill, white dude, Wall Street, very conservative, won't really open up to you. You would feel odd crying in front of Bill. A lot of our clients cry in front of us because we get into the real shit. And that's not hyperbole. This is your life and how you use your money to make the most out of your life. You only get one shot at it, so it is real heavy stuff. So we really enjoy digging into that and providing another alternative to Bill, which is an avatar I just created on the spot.
Oh, I know, Bill.
Yeah, cool. So I think some folks have heard that background before already. So thank you for suffering through that again. I think we do have some industry trends that we want to explore, and then some questions that we want to pose at one another in case people are carrying on down this river, haven't hit the next button yet. You want to talk about industry trends?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, what is happening to the financial services industry is that there's more transparency, right? Thanks to Elizabeth Warren, some other folks in Congress who created the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau,
The Department
like
of Labor with the
Department of
retirement
Labor. Yeah,
restrictions and the
exactly.
fiduciary rules.
So there's more transparency than ever before. So, the financial services industry, the one that we are participants in, was built on selling insurance policies.
Commissions.
Right. Yeah. Hey Shane, you're a healthy young guy, right? You're making, $75K a year. What if you get sick? What if you're gonna have a family in the next 5 to 10 years, and we got to protect that. We got to protect your income. I'm gonna get you this great policy. It's gonna guarantee you income for life, and it's gonna guarantee your future spouse and your kids, they're gonna be protected no matter what.
Love a
And then
guarantee.
yeah, they sell you this really nice insurance policy that you're paying. You're making 75K a year. It's a let's call it a $2 million policy, and it's only going to cost you 20 grand a year to pay that premium, but it's going to guarantee you a financial independence in the future. So that's where the industry comes from, right? And we still see that today, right? We still see clients come in the door with whole life insurance policies that they don't need. Whole life, there is certainly a place for whole life somewhere. Most of our clients, it's not part of their financial plan. So that's what we're dealing with. But I would say the trend right now is one that we're following and we're propagating, which is to have fee-only advice, meaning that there are no commissions whatsoever. If we make a recommendation to our client, it is because we think it is the best service for the best price. We recommend real estate agents because we've worked with them personally and we like them. We're not getting kickbacks. We're recommending insurance policies because we think they're low cost and effective, and we think the firm that we're recommending does a good job of explaining it to the
And you
clients.
actually need it.
And you actually need life insurance, right? If you've got a young child, depending on your income, yeah, of course you need life insurance, but you don't need a policy that's going to be more expensive than your annual 401k contribution. Um, what are the other differentiators? Do you think that why is Brooklyn FI different from other
Tax
firms?
advice.
What's that?
Tax advice.
Tax advice. Yeah, yeah,
For those of you listening, if you ever get any financial advice and at the bottom it says, this is not tax advice and you must discuss this with your tax advisor, you have not been provided holistic advice, my friend.
yeah,
You need to
yeah.
have someone in the room that knows the tax element, because there's a tax element of every single transaction you perform. And that happens. So, I mean, not every single thing. If you buy a candy bar, there's not, well, I guess you
There's
paid
sales
sales
tax.
tax.
Of
Yeah.
course there is. Of course there's tax.
Yeah. So, if it's not tax advice, my friend, it's not advice. It's
Yeah.
not holistic advice. So you got to keep that in mind when you're shopping around for advisors. And, if you're listening to this and you're like, yeah. Well, this is just a bit of validation for you. So that's one of the main differentiators. And we'll get off our high horse here. But where's the firm going in the future, AJ? What are we doing? Where are we at and where are we going? We're at 20. We're at 15 employee headcount right now at the
Mhm.
moment.
Yep.
We're looking at about $2 million in revenue for tax year 2021. And we are at about 330 households that pay us in subscriptions. So that's 330, mixture of personal and business, mostly personal. We manage about $110 million of assets in addition to the personal financial planning that we do. For fee-only financial advice, we're going at about 100% per year over year from 2018 onwards. Hope to continue that into 2022. What's the plan for Brooklyn FI?
Sell it tomorrow and move to Palm Springs. No, I'm just kidding.
That you would be the most miserable lizard in
I would,
Palm
yeah.
Springs.
The plan is to try to maintain this incredible growth in a way that's sustainable for our clients and our employees, right? That's, Brooklyn. Last week we were at a conference with all of our peers, and the thing that I kept saying to everyone is that our business radically and fundamentally changes about every 3 months. Like the things that you and I are focused on, the things that keep us up at night, change so dramatically because we're growing so fast, which is a
Well, you and I are
great,
bushwhackers. We try to put people in the
yeah,
roles that where we have 22 hats on, we try to take one hat off and put it onto somebody else, and they can just be really, really, really good at that. And then
yeah,
their life shouldn't radically change every 3 months, but you and
right,
I does every three
yeah.
months as we take hats off and move on to new challenges.
Yeah, exactly. Just what we're focused on, right? Like over the summer, it was, doing a massive due diligence project on all of our investment portfolios. And
Right.
now you and I are focused on management because we've got 15 employees.
Brilliant
Is everyone,
employees.
yeah, is everyone getting what they need? Is everyone happy? Is everyone feeling fulfilled? That's what's keeping me up at night right now. Is like, are we doing right by our team members? Like are they as fulfilled by this as we are as the owners? Like that's really important to me. So where are we going? I want to maintain this growth. I don't want to lose our spirit. I want to stay true to our core values. I want to continue to be transparent as this episode is evidence. How many financial advisors are going to get on a podcast and say what their revenue is for the year? Like obviously we're not
Oops,
keeping, just to be clear,
my bad.
revenue is not what we take home. That is the
Yeah, that's not,
the
that's a very different number from net income for the accountants out there listening.
look at Shane's apartment, folks. Come on.
Wow, shots fired. We are building tech. We are reinvesting the profit. How dare you?
We are. We are. Yeah,
You're
that's
lucky I
that's
can live like
the
a fucking dirtbag.
right. What is the future of Brooklyn FI? It is leaning further and further into this niche of equity compensation and people who work in tech. We are building our own piece of technology, which we are obsessed with and so excited about, that we believe will revolutionize the way equity compensation advice is delivered. It's going to combine investments, taxes, life planning,
Estate
house
planning.
purchase, all of those, estate planning, all of these items that are so important for deciding what to do with your equity, that most advisors are just going to be focused on your investments, or they're just going to be focused on what the rest of the market is doing. I don't care what the rest of the market is doing. If your company is going public, all I care about is what you are going to do with that exit. What kind of taxes are you going to pay? Are you staying at this company? Are you happy? Are you moving states? Are you getting married next year? Like, all of these factors are so important in determining what your financial life is going to look like, right? So that's where we're going.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Bright future ahead. Okay.
I hope.
I love
Or
my
we could be heading
shitty
into
corporate.
a 7-year market cycle where the market goes down 20%. But that would be
Yeah,
okay, right? Brooklyn FI
that would be
is a
okay.
business that could survive that. It would be, we would
Big
be in the
opportunities for our
trenches.
young investors that could purchase
Yeah.
equities at a lot cheaper than they ever have been in the past. So that would just extend the life of our commitment to providing financial independence, FI, to our clients. What else? Okay, you want to go into the Q&A section?
Yeah, give me a cue. I'll give you a cue.
All right,
If
I'll go
Brooklyn
first.
FI,
No, I'll
if
go
Brooklyn
first.
F You're going first.
No,
Okay.
okay. All right, I'll go first.
If
What is going
Brooklyn
on with those
FI,
bangs?
what'd you say?
What's going on with those bangs?
What's wrong with my bangs? I've had these since I was 2 years old. Fuck off about my bangs. I have bangs.
For anyone that wants
Get
to
over it.
rattle AJ's cage, just ask her about her bangs. Just what's up? What's up with those bangs?
If Brooklyn FI went away tomorrow, what job would you go get?
We actually just did this question. I was walking the mountain when we were
Oh,
mountaineering.
really?
We were walking up the side of a mountain, 3 planners. And it's really important to ask if I'm financially independent or if you start from a net worth of 0 and you have to start over again. Which one is it? Like you can do whatever you
You're
want, or you got to start over with a new career.
you have to make money, but you have to make a minimum of $60,000 a year. So what career would you get knowing that all of your needs would be taken care of and more, but you would have to make at least $60,000 a year?
Oncologist.
Oncologist. You go back to med school?
Yeah.
Or not back to? You would go to med school?
I hear it's a terrible I mean, how old am I as well? So am I at the same age?
Yes, it's tomorrow.
Oof, that's brutal for oncology. Because I got to go back to undergrad and a single.
This is not a good answer.
That sounds. No, oncology is a great answer. It really is what I would consider it. And then I would probably actually do something else, of course, when I was looking down the barrel of 10 years. But I do have a lot of passion for that space. A lot of cancer in my family. Realistic answer. I mean, could I just be a tax guy? Could I just be the like seasonal work from January through April 15th and then I fuck off to South America? I'm so sorry for all the F words for those of you that have family listening to this. I doubt that's very many people. This is episode 18. By now, you know that we're salty sailors. But yeah, I guess I'll just be a seasonal tax guy where I came from. It feels comfortable to me and I feel like I can disappear around the world when it's not tax season.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I mean, yeah, this is a lame answer, but I believe it's 100% true, is that I would just do the same thing.
No,
Like, if
that's
Brooklyn
not an
FI
answer. You can't do
Yes,
the
it
same
is.
thing.
No, I would go
Oh,
be
now I look
I
like a
would go
dickhead because I wouldn't do this job the
That's
same.
okay. You don't have to be. I'm saying, like, what I really like is like
Servicing
I
people that need help. You need
believe,
to help
yeah,
people. Yeah, it
so
is a
strongly
very
in
fulfilling thing.
holistic financial advice that I would go work for one of our friends who own if our firm went away tomorrow for whatever reason, I would go work for one of our friends and be a financial planner and collect my salary and have my 70 to 100 clients, and I'd be really, really happy, I think.
It's a very fulfilling career.
Actually, I'm gonna do that because I'm super stressed out running a business. So peace out.
Right. Well, that's self-inflicted. What keeps you up at night, AJ? Because I know you don't sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an empath or whatever that means. Like, I feel people's pain and worry. So, I mean, I think about our clients at night. I'm like, oh, did so and so, did they roll over their IRA, or like, someone's about to give birth but had a rough pregnancy. Like, are they going to be okay? It's the end of the year. Like, I'm running through my head, like, statistically, like, one of our clients is going to die soon, just statistically, like, based on age. Half of our clients are going to get divorced in the next 2 decades. Like, those are the things that keep me up at night, which is morbid and sad. But I really, in this role, you get to know people so intimately that I worry about them.
I
How
hear
about you?
that. Yeah, I hear that. The deaths are gonna be the hard ones. Luckily,
Yeah.
we haven't had to experience a big death yet, but of our clients, but that is inevitable. And that's going to be really hard. What keeps me up at night? You know, sometimes I feel lately like the other shoe's going to drop and I didn't deserve the success that we've had. And that is like feeling like a deep, deep part. I don't come from I feel very blessed to have the success that I've had. And I don't, anyone that comes from I don't know. I feel like I don't deserve it. And there's imposter syndrome for all the hard work that we've done. Despite all the hard work that we've done, I think there is imposter syndrome, and that keeps me up at night. Like, why am I receiving these blessings, and what's going to happen? When is the cop going to show up and be like, you had a good run, but we're done here? That's what keeps me up at night.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
Why do you think that we're successful? I'm reading your own questions back to you, which I love. And then
that one was for you.
Yeah, you're getting pressured.
Yeah. Our business coach asked us this a couple of weeks ago, and we think we like stumbled through some answers. I think we're successful because we care first and foremost about the client experience and just being true to who we are and like reflecting that back to our clients. Like, I think we're just like, this is what Brooklyn FI is. Our fees are on our website. This is what we do. If you're interested, give us a call and we'll deliver a fantastic experience to you. And if you have a problem, you let us know. We're the owners. We'll talk to you about it. We'll get it solved. And if you're not happy with us, we'll recommend someone else who's a better fit for you. I think younger people don't trust traditional financial services, mostly because a lot of them graduated into a terrible recession caused by super greedy people and big banks. So they don't trust that. So they're looking for transparency. And as long as we stay true to that, I think we'll continue to be successful. What about you?
Yeah, I just think that we care. I think that we care and that we're transparent, and we're not for everyone for sure. And sometimes we have falling outs with clients because the vibe isn't there, but we try to make everyone whole. We're very real with our clients, and we're going to try to take that culture and do our very best to maintain it as we grow and disseminate it and be culture. Okay, Charlie. Okay. And Charlie is the other reason, the bone swinging dog in the background is the other reason that we're successful. So we only have a few minutes left. We only have a few minutes.
Is this a bummer episode? Should we tell some jokes?
Yeah, let's pick it up here. Make sure you listen to the end when we get some jokes. I've got
that was enough about us, right? You guys.
Lame. All right.
What are you, a fucking loser?
What are you gonna spill your guts right here on the show? There's a lady dancing. All right.
What do you got for me? Tell me.
Shout out. Okay, we've done a shadow inflation episode recently, and then I was browsing my memes, and this guy Alex Kerr on Twitter hit me with a finance tweet. Due to inflation, Jay-Z now has 112.69 problems instead of 99 problems. How good is that? Inflation fintech joke. You love to see it. Which I'm gonna have a stream of consciousness of additional piggyback jokes. 99 Luft Balloons by Nina is now 112 Luft Balloons. It's Mambo number 6 by Lou Bega. Love Potion number 11 by the Clovers. 9 Days a Week by the Beatles. I can't sing. I'm Working 9 to 6 by Dolly Parton. When I'm 64 by the Beatles is now When I'm 69. Nice. 55 Ways to Leave Your Lover by Paul Simon. 8675309 is now 8675499. And another 3 Bites the Dust.
3 Bites hey, that was mine.
Okay. What do you got?
We've got 9 Nation Army. We've got A Tale of 3 Cities. We've got Edge of 19. And we've got some books for you too. The 2.5 Towers. The 5 Musketeers.
Oh my God.
104 Dalmatians. Around the World in 83 Days. Couch 24. 14th Night. And finally, 20,100 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, that's a good one. You could really love that one. All right. Okay. That's our special bonus episode where we pour it out to each other and to the firm and to you, dear listener. So
cheers to you, listeners. Thanks for sticking with us.
Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone's having a lovely week. Email us at liquidityevent@brooklynfi.com. Leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the air. Show notes at brooklynfi.com/episode 18. BKFI stands. If you want to be weird about it, can leave us a review. Thank you, everyone. Love you. Bye.
Thankful for you. Bye.
Thankful for you.